Hey guys, I'm going to be reading Jeremiah chapter 29 and explaining it. Letter to the exiles in Babylon. Verse 1 says, "These are the words of the scroll which Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem to the remaining elders among the exiles, to the priests, to the prophets, and the people whom Nebuchadnezzar exiled from Jerusalem to Babylon." So this is words that are from God to Jeremiah, who was sent from Jerusalem to the prophets and people who are all in exile, which means they were all taken away from Jerusalem and now they're in Babylon. Verse 2 says, "This was after King Jeconiah and the queen mother, the court officials, the princes of Judah and Jerusalem, the artisans, the smiths had left Jerusalem, delivered in Babylon by Elash, son of Shaphan, and by Jemariah, son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah, king of Judah, sent to the king of Babylon." The letter read, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I exiled from Jerusalem to Babylon, build houses and live in them, plant gardens and eat their fruits. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters to husbands, so that you may bear sons and daughters. Incense there, do not decrease. Increase there, do not decrease." Verse 7 says, "Seek the welfare of the city to which I have exiled you. Pray for it to the Lord, for upon its welfare your own depends. For thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, do not be deceived by the prophets and diviners who are among you. Do not listen to those among you who dream dreams, for they prophesy lies to you in my name. I did not send them, oracle of the Lord." So here the Lord is warning them to beware of false prophets, as Jesus says in Matthew 7:15. Right here, verse 15, Jesus says, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but underneath are ravenous wolves." So they might prophesy things in the name of the Lord, but the Lord is saying that I did not send them. So don't trust them. And the Lord is telling them to increase and not decrease in Babylon. Verse 10 says, "For thus says the Lord, only after 70 years have elapsed for Babylon will I deal with you and fulfill for you my promise to bring you back to this land. For I know well the plans I have in mind for you, oracle of the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for woe, so as to give you future and hope." So the Lord is saying that after 70 years in Babylon, that is when he will bring them back, or deal with them and fulfill his promise to them to bring them back to the place. And in the other video, I may have mixed it with, I thought it was 2 years, but the 2 years was the reign of not the reign of Babylon, the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar. That was the 2 years I was talking about. Okay, continuing, it says, "When you call me and come and pray to me, I will listen to you, When you look for me, you will find me. Yes, when you seek me with all your heart, I will let you find me, oracle of the Lord, and I will change your lot. I will gather you together from all the nations and all the places to which I have banished you, oracle of the Lord, and bring you back to the place from which I have exiled you. As for your saying, the Lord has raised up for us prophets here in Babylon." In James 4:8, it says that draw near to God and he will draw near to you. And also in Matthew somewhere, I think 6:33, it talks about first seek the kingdom with all your heart and find it. Yeah, I think so. "Thus says the Lord concerning the king sitting on David's throne and all the people living in this city, your kinsmen who did not go with you into exile. Thus says the Lord of hosts, I am sending against them sword, famine, and pestilence. I will make them like rotten figs, so spoiled that they cannot be eaten. I'll pursue them with the sword, famine, and pestilence, and make them an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth, a curse, a desolation, a hissing, and a reproach to all the nations among which I have banished them, because they did not listen to my words, oracle of the Lord, even though I kept sending them my servants, the prophets, but they would not listen to them, oracle of the Lord. So the Lord is saying that because they didn't go with him and they didn't listen to the prophets, he's going to send the sword, famine, and pestilence. As for you, listen to the word of the Lord, all you exiles whom I sent away from Jerusalem to Babylon. This is what the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, says about Ahab, son of Kolai, and Zedekiah, son of Messiah, who prophesied lies to you in my name. I am handing them over to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, who will kill them before your eyes. And because of them, this curse will be used by all the exiles of Judah in Babylon. May the Lord make you like Zedekiah and Ahab, whom the king of Babylon roasted in fire, because they have committed an outrage in Israel, committing adultery with their neighbors' wives, and alleging in my name things I did not command. I know I am witness. Oracle of the Lord. So the Lord is saying that because of these people who have Zedekiah and Ahab, who have prophesied lies, they're gonna die in front of them, and they might die by the king of Babylon roasting them in fire. The false prophet Shemai. To Shemai the Nephanite, says the Lord, say, thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, because you have sent documents in your own name to all the people in Jerusalem, to Zephaniah the priest, son of Messiah, and to all the priests, saying, it is the Lord who has appointed your priest in place of the priest of Jehoiada, to provide officers for the house of the Lord, that you may confine in stocks or pillory any madam who possesses as a prophet. Why then have you not rebuked Jeremiah of Ananoth, who possesses a prophet among you? For he sent this message to us in Babylon. It will be a long time. Build houses to live in, plant gardens and eat their fruit. When the priest of Zephaniah read this letter to Jeremiah the prophet, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Send to all the exiles, thus says the Lord, concerning Shemaiah, the Nephalimite. Because of Shemaiah prophecies to you, although I did not send them, and has led you to rely on a lie, therefore thus says the Lord, I will punish Shemaiah, the Nephalimite, and his descendants. None of them shall dwell among this people to see the good I will do for this people, oracle of the Lord, because he preached rebellion against the Lord. So this is what Jeremiah chapter 29 says. Basically talks about false prophets and how the false prophets deceived people and told people to rebel against the Lord, and how they relied on a lie, and how the Lord got his revenge on them. Also in Jeremiah chapter 29, it talks about how the Lord is coming back to the people and telling them to increase instead of decrease, and to trust in him, because in verse 11 it says, for I know well the plans I have in mind for you, oracle of the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for woe, so as to give you a future of hope. So the Lord is telling them to just trust in him, and that he will fulfill his promise to you by bringing them back to the place which they were already in, which was Jerusalem and Judah. So yeah, this is what Jeremiah chapter 29 says. I hope you're able to learn something and know that beware of false prophets, because they come in sheep's clothing, but they're actually ravenous wolves. Yeah, thank you and amen.